We are 1 week away from none other than the next premium event. Ladies and gentlemen, Eon Network is going to be presenting Heat Wave next coming Saturday. We are 1 week away officially. We cannot wait for that one, but we are here live on Fall Guys, everybody. We are back in the game, full of high-octane action and unpredictability. Obviously, we're going to find out exactly what's going to be taking next. Nonetheless, here at GameSide, everybody, I'm Adrian Matt, alongside with my broadcast colleague, T-Time. T, welcome.
Yes, it's great to be back on this awesome game, Fall Guys. Yes, it's great. Let's get into the great action here tonight.
It is absolutely phenomenal for you to be here. Of course, our counterparts, it's going to be Crispy and First Chimp. They're going to be joining us later on tonight, a part of the commentary team. But tonight, though, we get the chance to call this. And I do have a very special announcement. Considering Fall Guys, by the end of the broadcast, it really is a special announcement, especially concerning Heat Wave next coming Saturday, our next premium event, live on Eon Network. But you can see the competitors competing. There's First Chimp, Fall Ball, Crispy FE, the three remaining here. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, of course, coming up next, we're going to find out exactly who's going to be winning this round. But T, I want to try to switch the gears here because remember, you did challenge Pix in a casket match. It was a casket match that you actually challenged Pix, and it was a very disturbing video that you sent. I understand that Pix did respond to your request, and we're going to get to that later on.
I cannot wait for whatever he said, but yes, I did challenge him to a casket match because, I was not satisfied. I needed him to pay for what he did, for what he said.
Yeah, it was that comment that really flared up everything. It was that comment whenever he said that your late great father was in hell. Oh, look at this, the elimination moments ago. Fall Guys is out. I should say Fall Ball is out, playing on Fall Guys. First Chip and Crispy FE. This is ironic. Two commentating partners going to be competing. It's First Chip who gets eliminated here tonight. Congratulations to Crispy. At this point in time, does win the first game, and that basically is up for us. We're going to be introducing our next counterparts on commentary in just a minute. We're going to do the same game, but right now, T, we're going to go ahead and introduce our great commentating partners. Please welcome Crispy and First Chimp. Welcome aboard, guys.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
What's going on? Thank you for letting me have me over on stream. And I think First Chimp, is this your first time commentating Fall Guys?
No, this is my second time. I did it last stream on Fall Guys. Also.
Okay. That's really cool. So I think this game mode's kind of weird. It's not like a like a death run kind of. It's more like a kind of like a mini game, like a survival one per se. So I'm gonna have to kill myself here. Not kill myself, but get eliminated here. And this game's kind of hard because you have to kind of figure out where to hit these balls and kind of where to throw them in order for you to get a good angle, not get yourself off. But First Chimp, you and me were competing, and we're the final two. What was your kind of strategy to prevail in that match?
It's just like the shorter thing. You can't like really jump and throw, but like in the beginning game, you gotta like jump and throw. Mm-hmm. And if you don't do that, you're just not gonna reach any target. And I just felt.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Yeah, you have to really kind of aim where you're gonna throw, because at the beginning I was kind of just like spinning around in circles and then throwing the ball. But you kind of have to realize that you have to aim where your ball's gonna be thrown. And I realized that at the end that kind of got me some kills there. And I think we've a one. Yeah, this is a 1v1 between Fall Ball and Joe. And Joe's not a new competitor, but we've seen Joe a couple times. And Joe's been playing really good here. He might almost died. Who do you think's gonna win here, though? First Jump.
I'm not really sure, but I see Fall Ball keep getting hit a few times by Joe.
Yeah, Joe's really playing offensive here. He's kind of running at Joe here. Fall Ball has a ball up. Oh, this could be bad for Joe. Joe getting hit. And Joe's out.
If you saw Fall Ball, he almost fell down too. He almost killed himself with his own ball.
Good win by Fall Ball, man. Good win.
Yeah.
And we're gonna switch it over here back to Adrian and Rebel.
Thanks a lot, guys. I was thinking about this, T, over the past few minutes as we were watching that incredible game, and I have to ask you though, if Pix, let's say, does accept the casket match, what are you gonna do to the guy?
I mean, I'm going to beat the guy to a bloody pulp and put him in a casket and win the match.
I mean, I guess that's one way to put it.
You beat the guy badly, so badly that he cannot move. You put him in a casket, close it, you win the match. I win the match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next it is Hexagon Trails, where we understand that all the competitors competing here tonight again are going to be competing, and they have to be the last man standing to win. With that being said, though, you know, we're going to be just moments away from Pix actually sending us the message officially. I'm going to be reading that out loud. And speaking of which, speaking about reading things out loud, I cannot wait to read the special message out loud at the end of the broadcast, which is going to be concerning Heatwave. Remember, the premium event that is going to be taking place next Saturday. That's going to be a lot of fun for us. Eon Network presenting yet another premium event. Remember, the last premium event we had, it was the anniversary, which was spectacular that night and that evening.
Oh, that was fun for me. That was fun for me because not only did we win against the mercenary fight, I beat Pig Scott in a Hell in a Cell match, which I love. And Hell in a Cell does change a man. So I wonder, did it change Pig Scott? Did it change Pig Scott and for the better?
Well, actually, I can answer that. It looks like it didn't change much because he's still making those rude remarks, those disparaging remarks.
Then he's gonna suffer. He's gonna suffer.
As we are watching live here tonight, Crispy FE, the only one right now at the top of the layer from what I understand. There's other members joining us as well, Fall Ball and First Chimp. And again, in this particular game, you know, the very interesting part is this. The fact that whenever you actually press or step on these hexagons, they're going to collapse, they're going to disappear, and then you're going to have to keep falling and falling, and when you reach to the final layer, you really have to be extra careful because after that, if the hexagon disappears, you fall into that pink slime, and you will get eliminated, and who's going to be the last man standing, we will find out. And there's Joe, 14,
Well, Pig Scott.
Yep.
Well, Pig Scott almost got eliminated at the bottom. He's doing an awesome job here, trying to get, you know, clear the space for making an opening for them all to fall down. So this
Scott.
is great. Oh, I meant First Chimp. First Chimp. Sorry.
Well, I can't listen. I can't blame you. You have the man in your mind. You want to do destructive things to the guy.
Yes, I do. I do.
Hey, Joe 1418 obviously joining us here tonight. Remember, he was one of the two standing in the previous game, one of the last two, and he was actually very close in winning the entire game. However, he did lose to First Chimp. Fall Ball is still alive along with First Chimp, the man who won in the previous game, and he is currently in the final layer, so First Chimp's going to have to try to think outside of the box here, what he's going to do. Actually, this is really smart strategy for First Chimp. He's not rushing things. He's actually jumping each hexagon, taking his time, not trying to rush things and try to delete all the other hexagons.
I'm really loving this strategy. Like I said, First Chimp, I almost said his name again. First Chimp is doing a wonderful job right here. But could it cost him the match, which he almost did. He almost did cost the match. But I'm loving First Chimp strategy right now.
And also the Kids is going to be joining First Chimp. These two are going to meet each other here. First Chimp might be eliminated, and he actually does. The Kids 1926 was the reason why First Chimp got eliminated. The Kids now joins, and who's the last man standing? The Kids got eliminated moments ago, and it was Fall Ball. Fall Ball 84-17. The man is the last man standing. He actually wins this round.
He did win this round, but you know, did you see the last round? He did extremely well in that last round, and he picked up the victory in this round as well.
Oh, it was absolutely incredible. In fact, my hat's off to every single competitor competing here tonight. That's what Eon Network is all about. Our great fans, our great members joining us every single weekend, enjoying the game nights on a weekly basis. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take it over to Crispy and First Chimp. Although before we do that, though, I would like to preface this by saying that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the broadcast, there are two main announcements, really. The first one being the fact that there's going to be an announcement dealing with Fall Guys, and that's going to be taking place next coming Saturday, Heatwave. And then also, we're going to be joined by, well, obviously you and I, Rebel, and we're going to be delivering the announcement concerning Pix God and what he has to say concerning your call-out.
I'm excited. Can you hear how excited I am?
I mean,
no.
Right.
I mean, I'm not really excited about that. But whatever Pig gotta say, no, I'll be listening to whatever he says.
Well, hey, we saw moments ago Hexagon Trials. Now it's going to be Hexagon Gravity Trials. We're going to go ahead and send it over to Crispy and First Chimp.
Yeet!
Okay. Crispy, I'm just gonna start you off and ask you this question. What do you think about the rematch against Rebel and Pixie?
Going off of the first match that we saw between them, Pix was kind of dominating at the beginning, but then Rebel kind of fought back, and I feel like it's gonna be the exact same thing. Rebel's gonna fight back, and I think he's gonna come out with a victory again, like he did for Pix. And I think Rebel has a lot of just anger within him for with Pix insulting his late great father. So I think
Yeah.
Rebel's gonna come up, and he's just gonna come victorious in that 1v1. But what do you think?
Dude, what I think about it, I just don't really know why Pix would ever say those things.
Yeah.
Really evil of him to do that, and I don't really know how to describe them because they're just terrible things that he's done, and just
Yeah.
send those messages
Mhm.
and say all this stuff.
Yeah, Pix is a very confusing guy, as we've seen on Eon for a while. He acted like me and him. We acted like we were friends for a while, and then he was fake. And he's a fake person. He's mean. He's not a good person to even have on our YouTube channel. And it's good that he's gone. It's a good thing that he's gone. But we can kind of switch over to Fall Guys. I'm currently spectating you right now, and you seem to be in a little bit of a predicament here on the last level. What's your strategy here, going
I'd do
forward?
the same thing that I did last time.
Oh, okay.
Just be a little weirdo, and
A little weirdo. Okay.
yep,
Yeah.
that's
With
what you
this
should
one,
call a strat.
Yeah, for sure. And this one's kind of different because you will be able to potentially stay up longer because you have the the gravity effect. So I'm looking at Fall Ball here, who won the match earlier, and he's playing very well. He's jumping in the air. He's only hitting one tile at a time, so he can conserve his tiles. And it's a 1v1. Oh, the Kids is in there too. So it's the Kids, Joe, First Chimp, and Fall Ball. But right now, I believe Joe might have it. Who do you think is gonna win that first time?
I'm not really sure. Fall Ball has been winning a few of them, but you still never know. Still anyone's game.
It is anyone's game here on Eon. All the competitions are very, like I won the first game, but then I lost. Like I was at second to lose on the next game. So anybody can really win on these Fall Guys maps. It's really fun.
Yep.
We're entertaining for everyone. And then we see Fall Ball just came down on your level, trying to play some offensive tactics, maybe, kind of going away from you. Looking at the Kids, who's continuously on the top here. The Kids and Joe are just really, really persistent on staying at the top. Wow, this is crazy. Joe staying at top still. First Chimp, you might be in a bad place here. Can you make that jump, do you think?
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, Fall Ball might make a little bit of an offensive play as he's coming to you, and Fall Ball falls, and Fall Ball falls.
Yeah, he
Damn.
barely fell right there. He
Yeah.
almost got me there, but he fell a little bit.
So we have the Kids, Joe, and you. Joe is really really commanding on this top floor. Goodness. And then the Kids is probably, this would be very interesting because once Joe falls, oh, Joe just fell. He's trying to he's trying to do some offensive plays on the Kids to try to get the Kids to fall. But the Kids is being very persistent as well, but Joe does fall trying to get it. Joe falls. And First Chimp, you might run out of blocks here soon.
I think I should have enough for a while. If they just keep
Really?
doing that strat and don't attack me, I might be a
I mean, yeah,
scramble, but
I
should
do
be
see a
fine.
big gap that you might have to jump potentially soon. But looking back at the Kids and Joe, the Kids is really persistent. Joe is on the purple floor and the Kids on the blue, but the Kids might not be able to stay here. Oh, but he does. The Kids will definitely fall after this one, though. Yeah, the Kids is going down another level. Yeah, so this is gonna be a really long match, like we were talking about, because of this, due to this anti-gravity effect. It's gonna be very
And you can
interesting
also-
for these players. Yeah.
You could also have like a double life with this because you can jump higher and you can see exactly where you jump with the little white dot underneath
Yeah.
you.
It's very interesting because if you may possibly make a mistake, you can just get back up, and you can not get back up, but you have a little bit more time in the air to fix your mistake and try to dive to a location where the hexagon would be at. The Kids here still commanding on the top. Joe is now on the orange layer. The Kids could probably stay here on the purple layer for a while. I think Joe's tactic, he's trying to get the outside ledges, then kind of go and cut himself in, but now he's kind of going back to that jump on one block strategy. Oh, can you make this jump right here? You might not be able to. That's a big jump you have to make.
Yeah. Definitely is.
We'll see if you can. And you're going for it. Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it. Oh, you get it. Might not be enough though.
Oh.
Level's over. Who won? You.
I think everyone won that.
Yeah, I think
pretty
everyone
sure
won that match
Joe won
due
that
to it
too.
being the anti-gravity effect. So there's a little bit more of a longer time period. Great match, really fun, and I'm gonna swing it back over to Adrian.
Thanks a lot, guys. You know, T, I've been thinking about this as well. The ramifications on what is expected to take place next coming Saturday, and the fact that you are willing to once again put Pix in his place. Now, remember the stipulations because we haven't talked about this just yet. If Pix at an unlikely event does defeat you, T, remember the stipulations, the caveat, he actually gets to return to Eon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. But you know what? I'm going to do Eon fans a favor, and I'm going to do myself a favor and make sure that PixGod do not return to Eon Network.
We'll find out exactly what's going to be taking place live next weekend. Heat Wave, but tonight it is Fall Guys, and coming up next we got Jump Around. We've seen the same map a couple of times before in the past. Here it is the Jump Showdown. Obviously every single competitor here tonight, they're going to be jumping through the propellers. Remember, the floors there, the panels that you see at the bottom, they begin to collapse, so you got to watch out for that. And there are actually really in total of 4 propellers. 2 big ones at the top, 2 small ones at the bottom. You're going to have to make sure that you do stay alive. T, I have to ask you this question here. I mean, when it comes to these guys, you got to talk about the pressure here that's building up inside for every single person competing here tonight. You got to talk about the fact that there's a lot of pressure perhaps to begin to the build for these guys.
I mean, yeah, because, you know, it's like musical chairs, you know, that's what this game is like. And then you also got to watch out for the propellers because they can throw you off and they will speed up. At some point.
And Crispy, up and over the top, they receive the distance. The blue panel now collapses, so that's exactly what you're going to have to watch out for the remaining humans, for the remaining players. In first Chip, you got to watch out, and he does move out of the way. But wait a minute,
that's what
the
I'm
big
talking about.
propeller
That's what I'm talking about.
You got to
That's
be
what I was
absolutely
talking about.
kidding me.
You have to be careful with that propeller because they will knock you off.
Joe actually wins that one. Joe actually won that one, and you just saw that moments ago. That large propeller literally was able to ambush the remaining players, and it just pushed them off, which allowed Joe to take advantage and pick up the victory.
That's right. Congratulations to Joe with that victory, and we cannot wait for the next match. So let's get on to it.
Well, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal as we're about to get set for the next one, folks. Before we head on over to Crispy, so first Chimp, remember, folks, we would like to take this time to thank every single person watching us live on YouTube and also Twitch simultaneously. And also, remember, the main announcement that's going to be taking place at the end of the broadcast dealing with Fall Guys that connects to Heat Wave next coming Saturday. And also, let's not forget, the answer Pix has. What will Pix do when it comes to your announcement? The casket match that will be taking place next Saturday. We're going to do something different.
And then
oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then also we do have a podcast channel, so you guys can check out Eon Network Podcast.
Yeah, the Eon Network Podcast. For anybody watching live, you can check us over there. Well, coming up next, though, we got more of the hexathon, but this time it's a little tricky because there's only one layer, but the thing with this one is that the hexagons do reappear. We're going to go ahead and send it back to Crispy and First Chimp.
Thank you, Adrian. And I do have to kind of, reinstate what Adrian did say about, what Pix is going to say at the end of the podcast. And it's probably going to be something along the lines of insulting. Sadly, it's going to be insulting, T's probably dad, insulting someone else, maybe his auntie. Rest in peace for his auntie, rest in peace for his dad as well, Probably very hard to go through that and kind of get someone just to kind of bash you continuously about it. So it's just moving on to this last round, I believe, is, I'm not forget what it's called. Oh goodness. Why did I die there? But I'm gonna spectate first champion. Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Oh, yeah, it's just like qualified. Okay.
Yeah. So since me and Rebel had to die, to spectate, y'all get to pass. All right. Hex are gone. We have seen this one many times on Eon Network. We've seen it in the last match. We've seen it again, and I'm somehow still alive, I think. No, I'm not. I'm spectating. Yeah, so kind of looking at Fall Ball. Fall Ball's playing really well. His kind of strategy for last game was for the first layers, try to keep them to fall first, and then once you can kind of maintain that height, then you can start doing the single block jumps, which really helps in just you staying on top. But Fall Ball's being really aggressive here. This is kind of a new player I'm seeing. Really interesting from Fall Ball, but he falls down to the third layer. That could be very bad. Looking back at First Gym, my commentating partner. First Gym, what's your strategy going on to this match?
Yeah, instead of dropping all the way to the bottom, there's a lot of problems with that, so you can just like learn out of platforms really quickly. So
yeah,
you just gotta stay towards the top.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you're just gonna want to stay towards the top, exactly like you just said. You're gonna want to stay on that top layer so I think you're on the last one, that top purple layer. Yeah, so you can just individually go for each of these, and you will probably be fine. Because you gotta get that time to get that one single block. And there's probably about 40 blocks up there, so you've got 40 seconds to second each block. Oh, but you have a little contestant here. I think that would be Joe. Joe might try to play some offensive tactics here on the kids. Oh, I mean, not the kids, sorry. On First Gym, the orange floor. Very successful play by Joe. Joe played very good offense, but Joe did sacrifice the turn, so he can't get those other purple blocks, but it might have been all good because he got down to that other layer. Fall Ball is now pretty far down. He's on that blue layer. This could be bad. And looking down at the kids as well, he's on that purple layer. No one has yet to get to the bottom layer, but the kid is still doing that one block strategy. I think there's a little bit of a gravity effect because it's kind of pushing these players farther down. Would you say so, First Jump?
Yeah, it just looks like you get pulled down way easier, and it's like a lot less of a jump. It's
yeah.
a lot harder to jump block to block with this.
Yeah, like I was spectating the kids, he's just kind of jumping, and then he immediately gets pulled down. Just kind of like he's on a string per se. So this will be very interesting as Joe is still on the top, kind of battling you there. You and Joe are kind of going at it. Joe might be trying to get you off the layer, but you do a great move and you stay on that layer, possibly getting Joe. Joe's very persistent. Like I've said, Joe is very commanding when he's playing in Fall Guys. And Joe does fall. Joe falls 2 layers. Joe's at the bottom layer. Joe's the first one to reach the bottom layer. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you have to take a lot of concentration into this.
Oh, Joe died. Moving on to the next round.
This might be low gravity now.
Maybe.
As you saw, the first one switched immediately to hexagon, so this might be
Yeah.
0 gravity hexagon.
Oh, I think it's the hexa wheel. Hexaterrestrial. Oh. So this is the one Adrian was trying to do. But however, since me and Rebel died, it automatically went on. So normally I got to play it. So this will be very exciting because I bet Adrian was very excited to do this one map and he kind of got a little bummed out. But Adrian now gets his map. This will be very fun.
Too.
It is a lot smaller. Y'all are left to really play your cards right, and we're gonna see who's gonna play offensive and who's gonna play defensive. And Fall Ball is really going at it already. Just to start, Fall Ball is just immediately going after it, and he can put you potentially in a bad situation First Chip as he kind of getting those blocks. But the kids, I think, is also playing a very strong role. What would you say your strategy here is, First Chip, to kind of take out this victory here?
I'm not really sure. It's just never mind, I'm dead.
Oh shoot.
It's just
okay.
You gotta keep running around to get them, and you gotta keep trying to flank them.
These things replenish. So I think you're really gonna have to be offensive. And I think all these contestants are starting to realize that. And the kids in Fall Ball might be seeing more a little offensive attack from them because if they keep on playing defense, they're not gonna be able to win the game. So Fall Ball, and he's the one I would expect to make an offensive play here. But who do you expect to make an offensive play to kind of get these opponents off their edge?
See, it looks like they keep like going around in circles with each other, and the kids looks like he's going in for him immediately. So, not really sure what's gonna happen. And Fall Ball is getting a lot less room right now. Kids is not looking too good over there for him either.
Yeah, Kids is struggling a little bit on his hexagons regenerating, and he dies.
Kids fails.
The Kids does fall, and we have our winner, Fall Ball. Really great match, really interesting. And I'm gonna swing it back over to none other than Adrian Matt.
Thanks, Crispy and First Chimp and T. What a fun night we've been having tonight.
That was an incredible match. Did you see that match? Fall
yeah.
boy. That fall ball. That was a great match and great strategy from all of those incredible matches from everybody.
Well, it was absolutely phenomenal, and we're going to go ahead and do, once again, the Hexagravity Trials. That's going to be a replay of what we saw a couple of rounds ago. And it's going to be starting now at the moment. And we know one thing, T, when it comes to this one, well, it looks like we're going to be doing the Hexagon first. When it comes to this one, though, remember, you actually have to be very careful about the other opponents out there, because the other opponents, they're going to have to try to, well, for lack of a better term, screw you over. They're going to try to make sure they eliminate all the hexagons as much as they can to make sure you get tripped up, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to do. You do not want to be the one that people will grab onto you, because if they grab onto you and push you off, you are done for. But I'm really looking forward to see what First Chimp do, because First Chimp have been having a good strategy all night.
Phenomenal strategy. Now, the thing is here, the gravity will act either as a deterrent or it's going to be working for you. And for most of these guys, it could be working for them. But one little misstep, and it could absolutely affect their game style that will lead to their elimination here. Moments ago, we saw the incredible members competing. And this is now Crispy FE. Now, the thing with Crispy is that over the past couple of rounds, we've been seeing him play as well when it was his time. And of course, he's very, very focused. He's very, very, well, he really is calculated when it comes to games like this. Being able to actually understand what he's doing in a game like this. Being able to put things in perspective that will allow him to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do is you do not want to be at that lower level, because if you're at that lower level and all the pizzas are gone, you are screwed.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do at that point? Remember, there's going to be a multitude of different layers, but until you reach to the bottom one, officially, it looks like you have some time to buy. And First Chimp now reaching over to the next layer. You saw, this is exactly what I was talking about. The gravity was not there to assist First Chimp, which allowed him to basically fall to the next layer here. And the kids...
Yeah. No, I was going to say, the gravity is not on your side on this one.
No, not at all. And of course, as I said, the kids here, he's a relatively new player when it comes to Eon Network. Would like to see exactly what his future holds here in the channel. Perhaps would love to win this matchup tonight to really mark a stamp when it comes to a tenure in Eon Network, along with the rest of the members competing tonight.
Yeah, all these competitors are doing extremely well. First Chimp is trying to, again, get the clear the path so people will fall down and, you know, go to the last lower level.
Joe still with a vertical base there and continues to jump around. And remember the gravity, and I do agree with you in a sense there, T. As I said, gravity might not be on your side, but as we're seeing right now, it's going to be on the side of Joe, for instance, because it can really take the time for you to complete and for you to step on the hexagons one by one. So it can buy yourself a lot of time here. But then again, there could be other members that will let other, well, just like we saw for Joe, other members that will kind of screw up the plans. And Joe falling to the next layer there moments ago, you just saw that as a fall ball.
Well, it looked like Crispy was going to go for that other square to get to it, but he went to the second path, second level. So Crispy has been doing good as well.
I was going to say the kids was doing really good too. He was the only one of the top layer before he was able to fall off. I think that was Crispy that was able to mess up the kids' strategy. But once you go up, there's only one way, and that is going all the way down, and the kids understated that. There's Joe, that is the blue layer. He's with Crispy at the moment, I believe, in the distance there. But remember, the gravity is going to be a huge integral factor when it comes to this game. I mean, it really could actually help you out, but also at the same time mess you up. Now, the thing is, the difference is, you can see, Joe, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, if it was the regular hexagon with no gravity added to it, then Joe would have actually not made that hexagon from that hexagon to the other hexagon, but because of the gravity, it allowed him to jump much higher than usual, which made him to allowed him to reach to the other platform with ease.
And I'm looking out on First Chimp here. First Chimp is doing excellent, just jumping one panel to the next panel, you know, just getting gravity, and this is a good play for First Chimp. And then Joe is at the bottom.
And talk about two
No, go ahead.
superstars. I was going to say, talk about two superstars on the same layer. That's going to be Crispy, and I believe that is also the kids. Crispy and the kids literally at a tie at the moment at the same layer. Going to be quite interesting to see who's going to be messing up. And that's my bad, folks. Fall Guys. Fall Ball is host of the man that is also in the same layer as Crispy and the kids. I believe now, First Chimp obviously still in the yellow layer, but down below at the final layer, the one that is the most dangerous, the one that could be possibly your end, is Joe.
Well, it looked like Joe almost messed up there as he was trying to clear the tiles, but looked like Joe is still in this. So, yeah.
Well, he's got plenty of time for sure. There's plenty of hexagons as well, so hopefully Joe understands that he does have perhaps maybe a chance to win this. And Fall Ball, oh my, wait a minute, I believe, doesn't that give it to everyone? I believe that gives it to everyone.
I think everybody win.
Everybody does win.
I think everybody won.
So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, how in the world? The thing is, in a game like this, clearly, I guess time runs out, and whoever is left and whoever's alive will take the victory, will take the cake.
Well, congratulations to all. I mean, you guys, that was incredible. I love that game.
It's great.
Yes.
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
on to the next one.
Before we head off to Crispy, and also First Chimp T, we will be saying this. Obviously, when it comes to the casket match, it's going to be taking place this coming Saturday, as I mentioned before, and Pixcott does have an announcement. Of course, we're going to be hearing that announcement at the end of the broadcast, but I do have to say this, though. Pixcott himself did say that he will have a specific present for you next coming Saturday Heatwave in that casket match. If he does accept, we don't know if he truly is going to accept or not, but if he does, he's going to bring something very devastating in that matchup. We'll find out exactly what he's referring to, but nevertheless, of course, we're going to take it to Crispy at First Chimp, who will continue their way here tonight, live on Eon Network, live both on Twitch and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Crispy and First Chimp, you guys can take it away.
Thank you, Adrian. Kind of going back to what you said, Adrian, about that little Pix statement. That's going to be a very exciting point. We've seen Pix make a lot of statements. I kind of referred it back when I was commentating last on the statements Pix made about, Rebel, and it's probably going to be very harsh this time. What do you think is going to happen during that statement, First Chimp?
If he loses, he's probably going to say even worse stuff because I know that. Yeah. And I'm hoping he loses. I don't really know what happened so far, but I don't really know that much. But he's just a bad dude. That's all I know. But I can't wait to watch this match go down and watch Rebel take him down.
Yeah, it's kind of all you have to know, really, is just that Pix is a bad guy. Pix is not a good person, and that is why Pix should not be in Eon. So if Rebel does lose that match, and Pix comes back to Eon will be a worse place. And so we have to get Rebel to really stop that from happening. And hopefully he can. Returning back to Fall Guys, though, we have 4 people left. We have Fall Ball, Joe, the kids, and First Chimp. Very good and solid people. Me and T-Time both had to jump off the map. And, we saw last time we did this map, it kind of ended abruptly with all of us kind of getting hit off. But First Chimp, since you are competing, I'm going to ask you, what is your strategy going to be for competing in this match?
Just trying to stay away as people as best as I can, because I'm gonna know they're gonna try and drag you off.
Yeah.
Which they usually do.
Yeah, and you made a great move jumping over that second platform, so you don't have to stay with all those other guys, and they might not be able to. Yeah. And if Fall Ball does get over there, Fall Ball's trying to grab you, but Fall Ball almost gets eliminated there. We have one guy getting eliminated by the kids, and First Chimp and Fall Ball are still battling out in that second area while Joe is kind of by himself. But Fall Ball gets eliminated. Very good job. It's going to be a 1v1 between First Chimp and Joe. We've seen Joe and First Chimp kind of get to these spaces. Yeah. We've seen Joe kind of dominate on Hexagon. We've seen First Chimp dominate. But First Chimp, do you think you have the confidence to win this 1v1?
I think I do, but it's anyone's game right now. Anything can happen.
That is true. Anything can happen on a game like Fall Guys. These are very unpredictable. As the faster this rotates, it's going to be very difficult for these guys to manage. Whoa! I don't know how you got out of that one, but that was crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing this rotate faster, you can't really see where you're going,
Yeah, this path, I don't know. This little spinning things do not like me at all because it keeps going under at the same time.
Yeah.
Just wants to take me out.
Joe almost died there. Joe's really staying strong. Oh, but First Chimp does get eliminated, and Joe does take home the victory. great match, really great commentating from First Chimp, and we'll move it back on to Adrian.
I guess you
That
can actually
pause
say that
definitely
the
gets me.
people who actually were eliminated were probably apoplectic here tonight in this stream.
Well, I'm just saying, like that last ending of that match was so clean. I mean, did you see that the reel was so going faster and faster at that same moment?
It
So
was.
you know, it was great. It was great.
And that's one of the reasons why I use the adjective unpredictable, because you don't know exactly what will be taking place. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final game of the evening, and I really cannot wait. It's going to be, once again, a rematch of what we've been seeing throughout the night. It's going to be Hexathon. You know, T, as we're heading into the ending here, though, I mean, you must be a bit excited. I know you said that you're not necessarily too excited, but you have to at least be a little anxious to see what Pix has to say about this. I mean, what does Pix have to say?
I mean, yeah, I do want to know what he has to say, but do I really have to be excited? I mean, I don't think that's the word that I would use.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I know for a fact that there's a lot of pent up anger beginning to build inside of you. You're like a volcano ready to explode, and I think that explosion will officially happen this coming Saturday in that first ever casket match. It is the first time ever that Eon Network is gonna be broadcasting a casket match. The rules are simple. If Pix does accept, well, you're gonna have to try to incapacitate your opponent to the point where you can drag them inside the casket and you close the lid and win the match.
You know what I'm going to do to pick what The Undertaker did to Kane in a casket match. That is what I am going to do.
Well, perhaps maybe we'll find out. But this is indeed a normal hexagon, so there's no gravity here, so obviously the gravity's gone. So the thing is, with this one, there's going to be a much faster pace, and you have to really, speaking about pace, you really have to dictate your own pace, because still, I mean, a little mistake, obviously the other members, the other competitors going to be capitalizing off that mistake, and obviously they may very well win at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be fast as we see First Chimp and Joel or Crispy went to the next floor. First Chimp is doing great right here. Jump into one tile to the next tile. So First Chimp is doing good right now.
Yeah, First Chimp and the purple would like to broadcast, though, at the top. There are some members currently at the top. We know for a fact, but I do want to say, though, that, oh, well, wait a minute. First Chimp up and over, and you saw that perhaps maybe First Chimp did not necessarily plan for that. And that's one of the things for Fall Guys. You must have a lot of different plans, a variation of plans. That way it can work for you to win a match, like this. Hits joining us, as I said. Yep.
They have different strategies going into this. You know, I'm loving everyone's strategy in this one.
Oh my! And Joe falling from the top of the layer all the way to the ground below, the final layer. It's not looking good for Joe at that point. And I gotta tell you, you know, remember, there's no gravity here, so perhaps maybe if gravity was indeed an issue, it may have saved Joe to at least maybe reach to the next layer. But instead, obviously, that was not the case here tonight. Nonetheless, though, Fall Ball is going around, and he's still picking up the speed, dictating his own pace, something that he's gonna try to do. Remember, he wanted one of these Fall Guys games beforehand.
And to go back to what you said, you know, while it's the dangerous spot to be at in the lowest part, Joe is creating, like, you know, clearing the tiles, the hexagon, if you will, for those that fall through, and this could be a good plan for Joe, and it could not. It could backfire.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Joe does delete all these hexagon, in essence, he really is going to eliminate himself, but I don't think Joe cares. I think he's more kind of interested in trying to eliminate the opponents. Well, then again, he is now making sure he's going to be jumping one by one in a slower method, in a slower methodical pace. That way he doesn't delete all these hexagons in a much faster pace. But, you know, going back to Fall Ball, and I was saying this, how Fall Ball did win a fall game moments ago, a couple of rounds before, and, you know, Fall Ball does have the experience. We saw him, not only him, but also Joe at the same time. But right now, out of everyone competing here tonight, Fall Ball does actually have, I would say, perhaps the biggest advantage, because he actually is still at the top of the layer. He doesn't have to worry about anyone else messing things up, and I think the level's over. With that being said, obviously, we got more eliminations coming up next. And there are 3 left.
Yeah, I don't know which two got eliminated. But yeah, we got 3 left, and we are gonna get ready for the next round.
Well, we know for a fact, obviously, where this is final round. We saw the kids did get eliminated moments ago, so we know that was one of them. And we're going to find out who the second one is in this one. But you got to watch out because I like to call it the corn on a cob gone, so to speak. And you can actually see how this is now going to be for all the members. It's Fall Ball, First Chip, and Joe. So it's sort of like a corn on the cob in a way. It's whenever you eat your corn and you kind of just go back and eating and just going in circles. Sort of like that.
Well, kind of like that, yeah. But in a way, like I said before, it's kind of like musical chairs as well.
In a sense.
Yeah.
I would say. Ball is...
I can go for a corn on the cob, by the way.
That'd be great. On this Friday evening, are you kidding me? A great snack to watch this absolutely entertaining match. You got to watch out. Fall Ball, it couldn't necessarily work. Fall Ball was trying to reach to the end. He was trying to make sure he was going to hold on to it. But unfortunately for Fall Ball, he was eliminated, which now comes down to the last two standing here tonight. It's First Chip versus Joe. 1-on-1 to determine who's going to be officially the last remaining human. To see who's going to be. And it's First Chip. First Chip actually wins this matchup. First Chip does win tonight. He is the last man standing officially as we're now celebrating his victory tonight.
Yeah, that was so close because Joe was trying to grab a hold of first champ, but did not get the full grasp of first champ. So, and that cost him the match. So, good job to first champ for winning this match.
Exactly. Good job to everybody. Good job to absolutely every single person competing. In fact, we thank you for participating here tonight in the Eon Network presenting Fall Guys. And we do have those announcements that we were referring to, that we were alluding to throughout the night. And we talked about Heat Wave. That's going to be presented by Eon Network next coming Saturday. You don't want to miss it. With that being said, though, Fall Guys, obviously, well, we don't necessarily have a champion when it comes to Fall Guys. Well, that's why next coming Saturday, officially, Eon Network is going to be crowning the Fall Guys champion. The title was held in abeyance, and we understand that it's vacated currently, so the vacated title is going to have officially a new home, so to speak. Someone is going to be the Fall Guys champion, and in that case, we will, of course, be issuing down who wins the most rounds, and by the end of the stream, whoever has the most round wins will officially, indeed, win.
I'm so excited about that news. That was a great news. That's the best news that we heard tonight.
Well, from exciting news to perhaps maybe the most disturbing news of the night. We were referring to Pix, obviously, all night long, and he did have an answer concerning to your call-out. This all began last week whenever you made that very cryptic message, a very disturbing video, as you put it, and you said that you're going to make sure Pix doesn't necessarily mess with anyone after this. You challenged him one-on-one in a casket match. The question was Pix going to accept? Well, we now understand that Pix actually sent the message, and this is what the message says. And I quote, "Rebel, it was not smart of you to challenge me in a match, much less a casket match. Sure, you may have defeated me in a Hell in a Cell, but that's because I wasn't trying truly. This time around, I will officially try, and this time around, I'm officially going to put you in a casket next to where your dead father is laying." Speaking about your father, again, how is he in hell? Well, sooner or later, Rebel, when you get inside that casket, you'll end up meeting him down there. And that's what he said.
Seriously, that's right. He's, you know what? Big Scott, I hope you're listening. The Hell in a Cell match. Yeah, that was a fun match, wasn't it? Yeah, you did you was doing good. You almost had me, but I was victorious. At Heatwave, I'm going to finish the job and put it in to Big Scott. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Well, it's a rematch, one-on-one casket matchup. Rebel, aka Tea-Time, up against Pick Scott. Remember the caveat, if Pix actually does win, however, he comes back to Eon Network full-time. Also, ladies and gentlemen, next week, remember, Heatwave is going to be presenting Fall Guys Championship. Who's going to become the Fall Guys champion? We cannot wait. Next Saturday, live, Heatwave, absolutely phenomenal stuff. But before we get there, we have tomorrow's broadcast to look forward to. For Tea-Time, I'm Adrian Matt. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Have a good night. We'll catch you in the next stream.
Yeet.